before the $100 million net worth, before $8 billion at the global box office, and before becoming Hollywood's most reliable action star, Jason Statham was a teenage boy on a cold London street corner. He sold fake perfume and jewelry, not for fun, not as a dare, but simply to survive. Nobody could have predicted that this boy, standing beside his father with coins in his hands, would one day become a global star. There was no mentor, no scholarship, no lucky break, only discipline, hunger, and the brutal lessons of a childhood where nothing was free. Early life, hunger, and hardship. Jason Statham was born on July 26, 1967, in Shirebrook, Derbyshire, a small English town where ambition was a luxury few could afford. His mother Eileen was a dancer, his father Barry sold anything that could earn a living, jewelry, watches, or perfume. Life offered no safety net, no backup plan. By age 14, Jason was already learning the art of survival, reading strangers on street corners, knowing which ones would buy, which ones needed humor, and which ones to ignore. Humiliation and hard work shaped him, forging instincts that would later serve him in ways the boy could not yet imagine. Finding his passion, martial arts and diving. While other teenagers dreamed of vacations and games, Jason sought mastery. He discovered martial arts, kung fu, karate, and kickboxing, and dedicated himself to the discipline, embracing precision, repetition, and pain. Martial arts became his sanctuary, a world where effort mattered more than wealth or status. At 15, he discovered another talent, diving. His fearless nature and natural grace in the air earned him a spot on the British National Diving Squad. For the first time, he had a dream entirely his own, a dream that nobody could take away, a rare light amidst the shadows of his difficult childhood. The Olympic pursuit. For 12 years, Jason poured everything into diving. Morning sessions before the city awoke, evening practices until his body refused to continue, weekends perfecting rotations from the 10-meter platform. Every movement calculated, studied, perfected. He represented England in the 1990 Commonwealth Games in Auckland, then placed 12th in the 1992 World Championships. Twice, he stood on the edge of Olympic qualification, only to fall short. The margins were tiny, but the disappointment enormous. Jason carried that wound quietly for decades, a reminder of what relentless sacrifice can cost. The Olympic podium eluded him, but the lessons of discipline and resilience would never leave him. Returning to the streets. When his Olympic dream ended, Jason did not collapse. He returned to street corners, selling counterfeit goods, honing the art of survival he had learned as a boy. Though painful and humiliating, this period would later prove crucial. Every interaction sharpened his instincts. Every small deception taught him timing, presence, and awareness. Skills that would later translate into his acting and stunt work. It was an education in human behavior, a mastery of reading situations under pressure. While this life felt like survival, it was secretly preparing him for a stage far larger than he could have imagined. Modeling. From the street to the camera. Jason's break came unexpectedly. A modeling agency, Sports Promotions, noticed him training at Crystal Palace National Sports Center. His sculpted physique, precise movement, and striking features caught their eye. Brands like Tommy Hilfiger, Levi's, and French Connection soon followed. Billboards across London featured his face. Yet he continued to train, dive, and live the discipline that had defined him for years. Modeling brought money and exposure, but Jason never lost sight of the skills that had saved him, the grit that had carried him from street corners to national attention. The Black Sea Incident. On a film set, Jason faced a life-or-death moment underwater in the Black Sea. Trapped inside a sinking truck 60 feet underwater, he relied solely on his diving skills to survive. Every lesson from his failed Olympic dream, every hour of breath control and muscle memory became the difference between life and death. He freed himself, swam upward through darkness, lungs burning, and emerged alive. While others panicked, Jason returned to the scene, ready to shoot again. This incident exemplified the power of discipline and resilience, a stark reminder that what feels like failure can be the very skill that saves you. Halfway through, Jason Statham's career skyrocketed after his modeling and diving experience translated to action roles. Known for taking physical risks, performing stunts, and executing precise fight choreography, he became a symbol of toughness and skill. Sylvester Stallone himself remarked that Statham's professional diving background likely saved his life during stunts. Each role built on his athletic discipline, turning years of preparation, pain, and sacrifice into cinematic power. He earned a reputation for reliability, fearlessness, and authenticity in Hollywood, where few actors match his combination of skill and endurance. Personal life, love, and family. In 2010, Jason met Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, a Victoria's Secret model. Their relationship was grounded in simplicity and authenticity, a rare sanctuary for a man used to struggle and performance. They married in 2016, welcomed their son Jack Oscar in 2017, and their daughter Isabella in 2000. Jason embraced fatherhood with the same intensity as his training, teaching his children, playing, and being present in ways he had never experienced before. This private life grounded him, offering balance to the relentless demands of his Hollywood career and the physical rigor that had shaped him since childhood. Career success and legacy. Statham's career achievements are staggering. Films like Hobbs and Shaw earned $13 million. The Meg grossed $530 million worldwide, and The Beekeeper brought another $15 million. Overall, his films have earned over $8 billion, making him one of the most bankable stars in cinema history. Yet Statham measures success not by money or fame, but by the quiet impact of his discipline, dedication, and resilience. He advocates for stunt performers' recognition, supports children's charities, and maintains a rigorous training routine, not for vanity, but because discipline has been the one constant that saved him when nothing else could. Lessons from a life of discipline. Jason's life demonstrates that failure, hardship, disappointment can be transformed into strength. From selling fake perfume to nearly drowning underwater, every challenge contributed to his growth. The Olympic podium he never reached became a metaphorical stage in Hollywood. The training that once felt futile became essential for survival. Poverty, rejection, and loss were the fire that forged him. Through pain, discipline, and relentless effort, Jason Statham became more than a movie star. He became a living testament to the power of endurance, skill, and transformation. Conclusion: keep diving. Jason Statham's journey is a story of transformation, not talent alone. The boy on the streets of Shirebrook became a global icon, proving that discipline, resilience, and courage can overcome any obstacle. He reminds us that skills born of hardship are never wasted, that the lessons learned from failure often prepare us for survival, and the persistence can turn disappointment into triumph. From diving competitions to Hollywood blockbusters, Statham's life encourages us to keep going. Even when the water is dark, the surface seems far, and every voice tells us the dream is over.